Now, more than 50 of Jimmy Savile's sex abuse victims are to seek compensation for the trauma they suffered at the hands of the disgraced DJ. But as well as suing his estate, the victims could look for damages from the taxpayer. And that's because many of Savile's 214 offences took place on premises owned by the Department of Health and the BBC. Porrick O'Brien reports.
Here we go with what's called a medical breakthrough.
Yesterday we were told he groomed a nation, and a nation may have to pay. Over 50 of Savile's victims are being represented by Liz Dux. According to her, they're called damages for a reason.
If you're a child who's going on to Jim'll Fix It and you're really excited and you go to his dressing room to get your badge and you're indecently assaulted by him, that has a tremendous effect on you.
Have you come across cases like that?
Yes, I have, yes.
How do they describe that? How do they describe how crushing that was?
Oh, I've read statements and I've wanted to cry, actually.
Imagine for a moment you are a lawyer making a civil claim on behalf of one of Savile's victims. At this stage, you'll be assessing two things. How serious was the sexual attack? Is it one of the 34 rapes, for example? And how has it affected your client? Then you wait. You wait for the various reviews and inquiries to be published. The BBC review, the NHS review. You wait to see what level of culpability these organisations take on themselves. What are you looking for? Evidence that the organisation knew what was going on and failed to do anything about it. Then, assuming the courts give the green light, each claimant goes to court. If they win, who pays? It's complicated. Part of the equation, the more culpable the organisation, the more they pay. The more culpable the individual, Savile in this case, the more his estate would pay. How much is Savile's estate currently worth? 4.3 million. That won't go far, and the BBC and NHS, the taxpayer in other words, may also have to pay up. It is of course impossible at this point to say how much.
We're not talking huge amounts of money for each victim here. Compensation for serious sexual injury in this country, we're talking about probably about £50,000 for the most serious abuse in terms of pain and suffering.
Another option, a more simplified redress scheme like that used in the Jersey child abuse scandal at Haute de la Garenne. Victims apply for compensation and it's made on a sliding scale, depending on the severity of abuse. What may ultimately decide when and how much is paid out is how much does everyone want all this to be over.